Welcome to PVTV International. I'm going to present this week's editions of our news roundup. National Unity Government NUG pledges to join forces with Brotherhood Alliance in Operation 1027. Shortly after, the Brotherhood Alliance launched a series of coordinated attacks on the Myanmar military across northern Shan State on 27 October 2023. NUG Ministry of Defense Uyimon announced that NUG would be joining forces with the alliance. The Brotherhood Alliance consists of the Myanmar National Democratic Alliance Army (MNDAA), Ta'aw National Liberation Army (TNLA), Arkan Army AA. With a combined force of 20,000 in the theater, the alliance moved quickly to take control of Chuen Shui Hall on China border, attack Lao Kai, a cyber scam and gambling center, and overrun several dozen Myanmar military camps. Battalions of the People Defense Forces (PDF) are fighting together with the alliance and carrying out related operations. Operation 1027 has succeeded in the cutting major roads and bridges. Its forces are now fighting near major urban centers like Muse and Lasho, where the Myanmar military Northeast Regional Command is located. NUG Ministry of Defense confirmed that the PDF will commence complementary operation in Mandalay. The Prague Appeal to the European Union and Member States. On October 24th, the NUG, the National Unity Consultative Council (NUCC), Ethnic Revolutionary Organizations, and Spring Revolution Forces called for greater support to Myanmar from the European Union (EU) and its member states. The Prague Appeal laid the fundamental conditions in Myanmar and the achievement of the large, diverse, and inclusive coalition engaged in building a new federal state from the bottom up. The appeal laid out the political objectives of the revolutionary coalitions and noted that it has maintained a right-based revolution into a third year. We have preserved our democracy and defended our fundamental freedoms and civilian rule. It called on the EU and its member states to increase humanitarian aid through Myanmar borders, expand sanctions, recognize the NUG and emerging state government, include the NUG representative in the EU and bilateral meeting, provide technical assistance, encourage the UN Secretary General to take the lead on Myanmar and support UN and aid agency partnership with the NUG, Ethnic Revolutionary Organization and civil society. It asked member states to refrain from premature attempts to mediate, rejecting both the Myanmar junta's attempt to resuscitate the nationwide ceasefire agreement and hold sham elections. Dialogue, the appeal stated, will only be possible once the Myanmar military stop violence, release all political prisoners, and agree to cease involvement in politics. The appeal reiterated the coalition's commitment to justice and accountability and long-term partnership with the international community in the rebuilding of Myanmar. NUG Acting President encouraged deepening of political and military alliance. In his remark to the 33rd meeting of the NUG Cabinet on October 24th, Acting President Wallace Sheila highlighted the need to strengthen the relationship between leading members of Cabinet and ethnic alliance leaders. He noted that military and political cooperation is based on the trust, which in turn depends on values and perceptions. The Acting President emphasized the importance of recognizing ethnic alliance organizations' political objectives and aspirations and the diversity within the alliance, commending the Prague Appeal as a remarkable diplomatic success. NUG salutes the Kachin people. In a statement to the commemoration of 63rd anniversary of the Kachin Independence Organization (KIO) on October 25th, the NUG stated that the Federal Union based on equality and self-determination long sought by the Kachin people is near at hand due to the leadership of the KIO in the Spring Revolution. The statement honored Kachin who have given their life in the struggle and extended warm wishes for health and well-being of KIO leaders and comrades. Interim Local Public Administration Development Central Committee. Prime Minister Manwin Kaidan urged greater attention to security and law enforcement activities at a meeting of the Interim Local Public Administration Development Central Committee on October 27, while noting the difficulty of achieving stability and peace in the current circumstances. Acting President honors the Kachin Independence Organization's revolutionary leadership. On the occasions of 63rd anniversary of the founding of Kachin Independence Organization (KIO), KIO on October 25th, Acting President Wale Sheila congratulated the KIO on its decades of achievement, thanking Commander-in-Chief of Kachin Independence Army for a recent letter of tribute to the People Defense Forces. The Acting President paid his high respect to the KIO leaderships in revolution and called for deeper collaboration among allied forces to end military dictatorship. Ambassador Ujo Motun said that as long as the international community fails to take action against the Myanmar military, the suffering of the people will get worse. Ambassador Ujo Motun said at the third committee meeting of 78 United Nations General Assembly that the rule of law in Burma is badly broken. Rule of law, right to arrest, the judicial system, banking system, and information, communication and technology have also become tools used by the military for repressions. In particular, the previously hard-won reforms have been reversed, the economics and investment sector has deteriorated, and gross corruption has resulted in unemployment and inflation, and about half of Myanmar's population has fallen into poverty. Therefore, he urges the international community should no longer allow the Myanmar military to brutally kill civilians, and the Security Council should adopt effective action based on Resolution 2669. The dreams of the Myanmar military junta have been shattered. In the morning of October 20, the Joint Forces of Kachin Independence Army (KIA), Arkhan Army (AA), Student Armed Forces (ABSDF), and Chin National Front (CNF) launched an offensive attack to the military council camp near Aungja village, Momak Township, Kachin State, and they were able to take control of the camp in the evening. The Union Minister of the Ministry of Defense of the National Unity Government, U Yimun, stated that this victory was the first step of strategic offensive, and it has served not only to crush the terrorist World Council dreams of threatening the headquarters of the revolutionary forces, but also they were able to defeat a few hundred soldiers from the enemy side. Congratulatory message from Kachin Independent Army (KIA), Commander-in-Chief to People Defense Forces (PDF) and Alliance. The Ministry of Defense of the National Unity Government announced on October 24 that it had received a letter of commendation from the Commander-in-Chief of Kachin Independence Army, conferring special thanks and recognition to all the allied forces and responsible commanders who worked together with KPDF and risked their life to fight, and to encourage them to work together and continue fighting in the fight to end the military dictatorship once and for all. The Ministry of Defense announced that People's Defense Forces will work tirelessly together with Kachin Independence Organization (KIO), Kachin Independence Army (KIA) for the emergence of Federal Democratic Union and for eradication of military dictatorship. NUG provide assistance to displaced people in Sagaing Division. The Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs and Disaster Management announced on October 23 that the food has been provided to the families fleeing from the violence and villages being burned down by the Myanmar military. After linking with the ground officials and township humanitarian officers, shelters and emergency relief materials, emergency rice ration for 304 households are being also provided. The Union Prime Minister requested to put more pressure on the military council and provide financial and technical assistance to the democratic forces. Union Prime Minister Dr. Win Myint urged at the 147th International Parliamentary Conference here in Angola to voice Myanmar current affairs at the relevant parliaments, to exert stronger pressures on Myanmar Military Council in order to end the violence and to provide financial and technical assistance to the democratic forces.
Encourage your government to provide financial and technical aid to our democratic representatives to strengthen our enhanced civilian administration and democratic institutions. Thank you very much.
Summary of the Association for the Assistance of Political Prisoners AAPP statement on the current situation. Since the 1st of February 2021 coup, a total of 4,160 people, including pro-democracy activists and civilians, have been killed by the junta and pro-military groups during the Spring Revolution. In addition to the total fatality figure, AAPP has documented around 500 deceased persons whose names are unknown and still need to be verified. Since the coup, a total of 25,353 people have been arrested by the junta in relation to its seizure of power. 19,632 are currently in detention, 7,908 of whom are serving sentences. There are a total of 120 post-coup death row prisoners as of October 27, 2023. 119 people have been sentenced in absentia, of whom 43 have been sentenced to death. This makes a total of 163 people who have been sentenced to death. 5,721 people have already been released. These are the numbers verified by AAPP. The actual numbers are likely much higher. Let's see what we have for our weekly roundup news in coming weeks. Thanks for watching PVTV International.